Good morning, everyone. This is an option for some of you guys that were not able to attend the class in person. And also, this material can be used to study for the exam. So I'm going to provide an overview of the class number 1 of the entire program. Remember that this class is just 6 weeks in order to get the Scrum Master exam certification. So the topic number 1 is project management. So this is the topic we will be covering today. So you will be able to watch this video as many times as you need. Part of the agenda that we will be talking about today, it's what is a project definition. The general or an overview of the characteristics of a project. What is project management? What is the difference between projects and operations? Why it's important to understand that you cannot manage a project the same way that you manage a business. There's two different things. Also, what is the relationship between a project and the strategic planning? That it's very, very important. I love this topic of strategic planning. Also, what is this about the life cycle? What is that? Let's life cycle. We will see. What is the role of a project manager? And last but not least, what is the difference between a leader and a manager? We need to be both leaders and managers. Okay, and here's the definition. What is a project? I know that all of us, in one way or another, we have the experience of a organized, some like a family events, vacation, to the different places. Those are projects. All the time I say that we know what is a project, but this class is going to teach us, and we are going to learn what are the terminology, the professional terminology, for us to be able to have a good interview in any job that we are applying for. Why? Because project, it's applied to every single industry, every single business. So this is a terminology that you can use in business in general. So by definition, a project, it's something that has a start and it has an end. So it's not ongoing. It's a temporary set of activities that we adopt or we execute to create something unique. It can be a product, it can be a service, it can be a result, or also any process improvement. So I want to make emphasis in 3 words that I'm mentioning as part of this definition. A project, it's temporary. So it's not forever. Another word that I want to make emphasis is that a project, it's producing or creating something unique, meaning that we don't have a previous experience implementing the same product or service. Why? Because if you are creating something that's already done, that is part of the operation, business operations. That is not part of a project. Why? Because the project has to be something unique and the first time being implemented. So that is very important information for the exam. Also, another specific information about projects is that the projects are implemented progressively. What does that list say? That is that at the beginning of the project, maybe you don't have all the information you need to create the final result. So you are going to elaborate progressively the plan, the process, or the product progressively. So that is the progressive elaboration. It's like a waving, this is waves, waving planning. So here's the three words that I was mentioning. Temporary, it's creating something unique, and it's elaborated progressively. So keep that in mind for the exam. Okay, projects are temporary. What is that, let's say, temporary? And why you are just repeating this word so many times? It's because we need to, in order to be successful implementing a project, we need a set of tools and techniques. Why? Because it's not an ongoing operation, and you have only one chance to be successful. So there's not another option or another opportunity for you to be on time, on quality, under budget. So that's why we need to study, we need to learn a set of tools and techniques that are specific to manage a project effectively, and also efficiency. That's the two words that I was thinking about. So temporary doesn't mean that it's short duration of time. The projects end when, number one, objectives are met. Number two, any project can just finish when objectives cannot be met. You see, it can be yes or not. We hope that we can do it as planned. So another reason why a project can finish or terminate is because of the budget funds are depleted. Number four, another reason we can finish a project when the need, the business need, the customer need no longer exist. Those are possibilities, okay, to finish a project. And also, sometimes we need to stop the project when the resources are no longer available. What is that, let's say? Those are possibilities or reasons why we can end or finish or stop a project. So know that for the exam. The good thing is when you are creating a project and you are the project manager, if someone is asking you, what is your role? You can say, I am the change agent. That is so exciting. Why? Because you are creating something new. You're innovating. The project creates an item and enhance a component of another item. Those are some of the possibilities. Also, we can create capability to perform a service. Maybe we are improving an existing item, or a result, outcome, or document something. So those are the things that we can define as possible projects. Or it can be a combination of services and results. So that is part of the definition of a project. Oh, this is the part that I love the most. Why? Because we are creating value. And I love this value because what is value? Those are the benefits. You see here the definition? Business value means money, image, credibility, like a brand name, presence in the industry. It could be customer happiness. It could be quality of life. So those are benefits. So it's not only money. We can have tangible business value, and we can create also intangible business value. Some examples of tangible value, business value, it could be money, as I mentioned, equity, market share. However, some of the examples for intangible business value, it could be goodwill, reputation, image, strategic alignment, brand recognition. Those are examples of a value creation. It could be tangible or intangible, abstract or physical. That's the idea in order to understand the definition of business value. Also, as I mentioned before, as part of the definition, we said that a projects are progressively elaborated. What does that say? It's means that we can start with all the information just for this phase number 1, this month. However, we don't have all the information for the today it's February. Maybe we don't know what to do, exactly the activities we need to do in May, for example. So for the phase number 1, we can create a detailed plan. And the subsequent phases, maybe we can create just a high-level definition. So we plan in less detail. And for phase number 3 in December, oh, that is less information. Plan in even less detail. Why is this important? It's because if someone is asking you for a plan, there is not excuse to say, I don't know because I have very limited information. That's okay. You can create a version 1 of the plan, and it's totally professional, and document and make sure that you are informing and documenting that the phase number 2 and number 3, you will be completing or finishing those descriptions later, as soon as the information becomes available. So what is the name of that technique? The name of this concept is progressive detailing, rolling wave planning, or also progressive elaboration. Here, elaboration, remember that, progressive elaboration. That is a terminology used to describe this concept. Now that we know that a project is something, is a set of activities that it creates something unique, now we need to understand the definition of a project management. What is project management? Here is the title of this class for this chapter or topic is project management. So that is very important to understand the definition of that. So by definition, project management is the application of something. So it's not that you have a book and you put it on your desk and you never touch the book. That is not project management. When you have a project management book and you don't touch the book, that is not project management. It's when you have this video and you don't watch and you don't concentrate understanding this video, that is not project management. Project management is the application of knowledge. What knowledge? This knowledge that you are learning today. It's the application also of skills, tools, and techniques in order to achieve the project requirements. So when you apply something, that is project management. It's the application of tools and techniques. Okay, listen, what tools, what techniques? Thank you for asking. That's why we created this class, so you can see the tools and techniques, okay? So the definition that I'm providing is based on the PMI. What is the PMI? It's the Project Management Institute. It's a nonprofit professional organization to grow the project management profession. It's a global recognized organization. So when we're talking about managing a project, it's in terms of use or understand the triple constraints, also known as the iron triangle, right? So the triple constraints are the scope, the cost, and schedule. Those are the baselines also for the project. So if you ask me, Lisette, how the project is doing, you need to articulate the status of the project based on those three variables. Okay, we are on time, on budget, and on scope or quality. Those are the three metrics that you need to keep on track: the scope, the cost, and the schedule. So adapting the specifications, plans, and approach to the different concerns and expectations of the stakeholders, customers, investors. Those are people or organizations that can be impacted by any project objective. That's the definition of stakeholders. So managing is about like keeping the balance between the scope, the cost, and the schedule, as I mentioned. So keep that in mind, because those are the three baselines or plans that you need to keep updated. Baselines, project baselines: scope, schedule, and cost. Let me go back. Those are very important because you need to keep track of those three plans: the scope plan, the cost plan, which is the budget, and the calendar. So in order for us manage a project, we need to keep tracking and controlling and supervising and making sure that we are executing the activities based on these three plans, right? Scope plan, cost plan, and schedule plan, or baselines. So project, it's not the same. When you see the word projects, that is not the same as operation. In projects, you need to just to finish the objective and terminate. However, in operational work, you need to keep going and doing a lot of stuff all the time to sustain the business. So this is an ongoing activities, right? To sustain the business. Business as usual. And here is just one-time event. So the projects conclude when specific objectives have been done or achieved. However, operational, all the time the work continues. That is a never-ending start. And that's why it's so different. This is a lot of pressure here. This is more relaxed operations, because you adopt a new set of objectives, maybe in a quarterly manner, in a monthly basis. The thing is that we are using the same resources in the organization for both, for projects, for operational work. So both projects and operations, they are performed by people, constrained by resources. We have limitations. And also both projects and operational work, those are planned, executed, and controlled, right? Three processes: planning, executing, and controlling. The only thing is that projects that we have in project management, we have two additional processes, and you will see that as part of the life cycle. So normally in operation, we have planning, executing, and controlling. Those three processes. However, in project management, we have two extra processes, which are initiating and closing. So you will see that with more detail coming up. All the businesses, they need to have a vision, a mission, and a goals. That is a business piece of strategic planning in order to be successful. Every single business, they need to have a strategic plan, operational plan, tactical plan. I will say that something that is really bad is when the company has a vision and dreaming and a lot of strategies, but they don't know how to implement it. So that's why the projects are created. It's because we need to transition from dreaming to reality. That's why we need projects. is to fulfill the vision, is to materialize, like physically see the results. Why? Because if not, otherwise, we are just dreaming, and we are never going to see the results. Only if you are able to implement some projects, you will be able to see the vision in reality. So this is the project management lifecycle, as I mentioned: initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. What does that say? This is a life cycle, project management life cycle. When I ask you for the exam. So if I ask you, what is the project management life cycle? The answer is initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling. Those are the processes or phases, similar to phases. It's a little bit different, but just for now, those are the project management process groups: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling and closing. So we need to memorize that: initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. Okay. Here, initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. And when we are initiating the project, we are doing the selection and approval. When we're planning the project, it's all about establishing goals and objectives. When we are executing, it's all about carry on or just execute this plan, right? Carry on the plan. We're talking about controlling. It's just identify any discrepancies between the plan and the results, and identify variances. And if we see any discrepancies or differences between the plan and the results, we need to execute corrective or preventive actions. Closing is about getting the customer acceptance, say, yes, that's exactly what I needed. So when you have this acceptance from the customer, you are closing, you're finishing, you are delivering the value. Also, you documented the lessons learned, and of course, last but not least, celebrating. So now we know the definition of a project. We know the definition of a project management. We know the definition of the life cycle. Now, what is a project manager? It's you and me. As you can see here, this is a cape. Why? Because we, as a project managers, I consider myself as a project manager, we are superheroes. It's a lot of things to do. So we are the people, the person assigned to lead the team that is responsible for delivering value or achieving the objectives. So we are assigned to lead, right? So we are leaders. We need to understand the business vision and also just create the team and put together the plans with the team, of course, along with the team. So the roles of a project manager, it's lead the team, as I mentioned that, like keep a balance, the competing objectives. Remember that the iron triangle? What are the competing objectives? Thank you. Scope, schedule, and cost. We also need to keep the communication, open engagement with the stakeholders, and of course, deliver value to the business value delivery. One of the things that I learned is that the cross-functional team that normally is working with you, they have their specific managers in the functional organization. So technically, you are not the boss. You are not the supervisor. You are only a leader. So that's why it's in order to be successful, you can be a manager. However, this is a nice to have or nice to be, but this is a must in order to get the job done and influence and inspire the team. So the manager is just about administration, the leaders, innovation. This is the difference, but we need both. I will say more, we need more being leader than than being a manager. We need more the leadership abilities. So the manager is a copy and the leader is an original. I love that. The managers maintain and the leader develop, creating something new. The managers focus on the system. The leader focus on people. Focus on people. Yay. The managers has a short view, but the leader has a long range view. Visionaries. We see the future. Managers ask how and when, and leaders, we ask what and why. That is also when you have an interview for a job, make sure you ask what to do and why, because they are hiring you for you to define how and when, right? Keep that in mind. This is the most smart questions in an interview. Never ask these two questions. Those are the smart questions. The managers, they put their eyes in the bottom line. However, you and me, we put our eyes on the horizon. The managers does things right. We, leaders, we does the right thing. This is the right decision. This is just creating something with quality, but this is all about make the right decisions here. Managers focus on operational issues and problem solving. Leaders, we focus on vision, alignments, motivation, and inspiration. No manipulation, right? I love that. I love it. Remember that if you have any question, just let me know. You have access to the virtual classroom. You can text me, you can send me an email, and you can text me or send me any message. Key takeaways. A project is a temporary set of activities that are implemented to create a unique product or service or result. The 5 processes of a project are initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. Project manager is responsible for what his team produce, the project outcome, the value. Oh, we need 3 skills: technical, business, and leadership. I didn't mention that, but that is the PMI talent triangle: leadership, business, and technical. We talk about leadership and business. We cover that, but we didn't mention the last skills or competencies. So management is not leadership, and we learned that. This is very different. We said the 2 columns: managers and leaders. Okay, I need you to click on this link. When you click to that link, you will see this exam. This is not an exam. This is just an exercise. It's an activity. So let me stop sharing so I can share with you that you will see these questions, but in another format. What is a project? And you will see here the reference. You can use this presentation, right? And just read the information on the slides 4, 5, 6, so you can answer this question. So let me stop sharing and go directly to the practice, the homework. Okay, I'm going to share my screen one more time. Remember that you have access to this classroom. If not, you let me know so I can provide the access. So you click here, class work on the top. When you click week number 1, because this is the week number 1 for the class, you will see week 1 assignment. So after watching the video, let me, okay. Week number 1 assignment. After watching the video, please respond the following questions. Project Management Foundations. Respond the following questions by clicking the link below. So when you click here, let me save it. So if you click here, I hope you can see the questions here. You put your email, name and last name. What is a project? Definition. What is the project management life cycle? Oh, I need to fix that. Okay, by the time that you are watching this video, this exam will be perfect when you click on that. So those are the questions. What is a project? What is the project management typical strengths? What is project manager roles? Ignore this part. I'm going to clean it as soon as we finish this. Let me see. Okay, I think multiple choice. Sure. Okay. Short paragraph. It's a paragraph. Okay, that is the homework. And now you will be ready to, let me just, this one, we can just delete this one. Okay, don't pay attention to this, that I'm cleaning a little bit this. All right, so having said that, this is the link, and this is the week 1 assignment. I hope you enjoyed the class. Take your time. You can watch this video as many times as you need. And thank you so much for watching. I will be recording the class number 2. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the class. And remember, this is part of the program. So at the end of the class, you will be able to take the final exam and get your certificate from Chapman and IT classes. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye-bye.